But then the person that you're with, your boyfriend, your husband, fiance, girlfriend, cat, significant other, I didn't even say that word right. Woo! Hey guys, it's Emmy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmy. I'm a certified nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program. It's a private coaching program where we get you to eat as much as you want and lose weight. So applications are currently open. We are currently open for enrollment. So make sure you click the link in the down bar because spots are limited and applications will not be open for long. So make sure that you click in the down bar so that you can finally figure out this weight thing for once and for all, lose the weight and be done with it and keep it off while eating as much food as you want and not counting any calories, restricting your portions, or over exercising. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Today I'm chatting with you guys about how to be in a relationship and maintain a good relationship with your significant other when they eat differently than you do. When you go on this healthy diet and you're trying to eat well and eat whole foods, plant-based and oil-free, but then the person that you're with, your boyfriend, your husband, fiance, girlfriend, cat, significant other, I didn't even say that word right, whatever it is, says, but we used to have so much fun together and we would go out to restaurants and we would eat fun foods and we can't do that anymore. What do you do in this situation? So let's talk about it. So you've probably heard the saying before, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And I disagree with this statement because it puts forth the idea that diet and lifestyle are mutually exclusive and you're either on a diet or you're living a lifestyle. But that's not the case here. So I studied at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and something that we talk about is the circle of life. And I'll put it up right here so you can see that when it comes to our health and our wellness, there are so many facets that go into it. And diet is just one part of our overall wellness. When we're looking big picture, what we eat is our diet. Whether it's a crash diet or not, I don't promote crash dieting, but the food that goes into our mouth is our diet, and that's a part of our overall lifestyle. So we're all living a lifestyle and we're all on a diet. Whether it's a crash diet, whether it's a cleanse, or where it's just the food that goes into your mouth. Everybody has a diet and it's the food that goes into their mouth. So what we have to do is realize that the way that we eat should not be mutually exclusive with whether or not we're living our lives. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna look big picture at our wellness. And what we need to know is that we have all these different facets that make up our wellness. As you can see, there's the food that we eat, there's our relationships, our education, our finances, our career, our spirituality. There's so many different things that make up our overall wellness. And how well we are, how healthy we are, is an average of all of these different scores, if you will. So if you're scoring high in diet, scoring high in exercise, scoring high in finances, you're doing well overall. The problem comes when we believe that our diet has to be at a 100%, because a lot of times what happens is people will put diet at 100%, but because they've put diet at 100%, something like relationships, which we're talking about today, gets cranked down. And their relationship can get cranked down to like a 30% because they're not going on dates with their significant other anymore in order to keep diet at 100%. But if we have a 30% as part of our average, that's going to bring our overall score down. So believe it or not, by making it so that the food that we are eating is quote unquote perfect, we're actually taking away from other facets of our life and other facets of our wellness, which bring our overall health down. So by making your food perfect 100% on the diet, if you're making your relationship status go down, the score of your relationship go down, well, when we average those two, your overall well-being has gone downward. So what we need to do is make it so that we can raise relationship up and keep that high and maybe take food down from being 100% so that we can make this nice and high. In order to make our overall wellness high, a nice high score, we have to bring down some other scores. And after all, relationships are about compromise. You guys are a team. You're working together and it's give and take. That's the point of a relationship. And if you don't want to compromise, if you don't want to change some of your habits to work into the relationship, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. But of course we want you to be in relationships, because if we look at the blue zones, if we look all around the world, the areas of the world where the people live to be 100 years old, the thing that tied these people together besides being on a plant-based diet, is that they valued their relationships. Relationships are so important to our overall health and our longevity. So it's so crucial that we keep our relationships thriving and we nourish them, even if that means we have to turn down some other parts of our wellness. So what do you do? Because your diet means a lot to you. If you're watching this video, then what you eat, I'm guessing, is something that's very important to you, because that's what I talk about on this channel. So you're at a place where you're like, I want to be my healthiest, happiest self. So what am I gonna do? Well, your healthiest, happiest self also involves you being in happy relationships. And so that means that maybe you do have to turn diet down a little bit. And this is what we're gonna do to make it so that you can thrive in both of these areas. Something that I do with my clients is I have them work into their routine date nights. They go out with their significant other a certain amount of times per month, and they go out and they have a fun meal together, because that's usually 9 times out of 10 what the issue is that they like to go to restaurants and have meals together. And yes, you can go to restaurants and get healthy things, but sometimes people don't want to do that and they want to go have some ice cream and some junk food. And if that's part of your relationship, that you do that every once in a while, and that keeps your relationship thriving, and perhaps the person you're with is not interested in a healthy diet at all, if that's going to keep your relationship thriving and you're doing it 2 times a month, it's not going to affect your overall physical health if you're just doing this a couple of times a month. And I can't tell you exactly how many times you're going to do it per month, because I don't know what your fitness goals are, what your finances are, if you can afford to go out 2 times a month, hire a babysitter. I don't know what your job is. There's so many facets that go into it, and maybe you guys need, you're not going out at all, and to even go out once a month would be incredible. I'm not sure what's going on with you, and you're going to have to experiment with that to find which system is going to work best for you. But allow yourself this little wiggle room. Allow yourself to turn diet down from 100 so that you can turn up the other parts of your life, and know that overall this is going to make you a happier, healthier version of yourself. Another thing to consider is engaging in activities with your significant other that aren't related to food, because there are so many things that you guys can go and do together that are fun activities that aren't related to food, like going to a comedy show or a concert, or going rock climbing, or going for a bike ride. There's so many things that you guys can go do together. And something that you want to keep in mind is that in relationships, you learn and you grow with one another. And most individuals spend the last decade of their life sick and overweight and in a hospital going through medical care because they're not healthy enough to live on their own. And if you want to be with this person for the long run, you guys don't want to spend the last decade of your life together sick. And that happens to the majority of people who work their entire lives to make it to retirement, and then they make it to retirement and they're sick for the entirety of it. With your significant other, you guys finally made it to the end, and then you're going to be sick and miserable the entire time. So you want to grow and learn and become healthier versions of yourself with one another. And that means engaging in activities that aren't related to food. But also, if you do want to keep that little piece, go and do it every once in a while so that you can keep your relationship at the forefront. So there's a couple of options of what you can do here. You can build in those date nights, and then also for your other dates, embrace activities that aren't related to food. And remember that you grow and you evolve with one another, and in the end, you want to be your happiest and healthiest selves together. Any other topics that you guys need guidance on or that you want help with, just leave a comment and let me know. And like I said, applications are currently open for enrollment for the Slim on Starch program, so make sure you click the link in the down bar so that you can be the next person in the program. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.